before we start, we are sitting in a Dumbros coffee shop right next to my apartment, and everyone's watching. And I'm really excited because I'm so awkward. So let's do this. And I curse all the time, so don't watch this if you don't like cursing.
So April here with Ready or Not Entertainment. I'm doing our segment Meet the Locals, second time around with Erin Finnegan because I didn't turn my microphone on. So second time's a charm, I guess. Mm-hmm. So yes, Erin Finnegan of TourStop Minneapolis, owner of TourStop Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So tell us a little bit more about TourStop Minneapolis, what you do, what it's all about.
Yeah, so TourStop Minneapolis is a music-based event production company. We work with touring musicians when they come through town for intimate studio sessions. So usually it takes place the morning of their show in Minneapolis. So it's an interview, photo shoot, live studio performance, and social hour. We invite fans to come and we sell tickets, and essentially they are in the studio sitting there interacting with the artists one-on-one like they've known them for like 10 years. So they're sitting there for the interview, they're in the performance, and while they're performing, they're there when we're recording an EP, which is really cool.
How do you go about setting up these interviews with bands, and do you have a process, or I mean, it seems like it'd be kind of difficult to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah, so the way I start sessions is I'm constantly on the internet looking to see who's coming to town, reading local magazines, just kind of seeing what the schedule looks like, and then I will email the manager or their press person. I have like a standard email that I give people just so they better understand like what I'm asking, and then if we book the session, we just kind of take it from there. As far as the interview goes, I try to think of questions that are interesting and they're not repetitive, because I want kids to be able to grasp onto musicians and like feel like they know them more as a person, because that's how you're gonna like get like the longevity of fans, if they feel like they can connect with you on a normal person level. And then as far as the actual sessions go, I haven't had any problems as far as like in taping the interview, I would say, because we have a lot of people that come and they're really respectful, and I always give a little speech beforehand like, hey, we're filming this for a documentary, like turn your phones off, don't shout in the middle. So we've had really good luck. I really like all the kids that have come.
Too, like another thing, your slogan is your passion for music doesn't go unnoticed. Mm-hmm. It does not go unnoticed. Yes. How do you try to bring out the passion from a band or musician when you have them, when you have their time?
Yeah.
During your session?
I like to bring it back to the beginning days, because usually that's when everyone's like the most excited because it's new, they have all these ideas on their future. I like to kind of bring it back to that level, so when I do interviews, I just make it more personal and then just kind of take it from there. I just like to make sure that we focus on the music only. Like, I don't care about your relationships or your favorite type of coffee, which is apparently a really big question when you're doing interviews, which does not make any sense. I was interviewing, oh my god, it's so stupid. So we worked with late night reading, and I always make sure, like, because I always ask the bands, like, is there something you want me to ask? Is there something you don't want me to ask? And their manager was like, no dating questions. And I was like, I would never, like, who the fuck does that? So, and another question is like, how do you make your coffee in the morning? It's like, dude, I'm asleep when I make my coffee. I don't fucking know. Like, come on. Yeah. So I just make sure they're like focused on the music, their writing process, tour life, tour questions. I just make sure it's only focused about music, because it's what they're there for. And like, I don't care how you take your coffee.
I would think would want to know.
I don't care how you take your coffee. Like, in the most respectful way, I just like don't care.
Do you do the interviews then yourself?
Yes, I do the interviews, but I am not on camera because I am just obnoxious. So I always tell them, I'm not in the interview, restate the question, I'm not going to be in it. And then every time I will edit along with Steven Lane, not someone that works with us. Well, he's like my right-hand man. He's amazing. I'm always like, I sound so fucking annoying. Like, this is why I'm not in the interviews.
So what are some of the bands you've worked with?
Oh god, we've worked with a lot of people. So a lot like Birds, they're the Firstborns. They are the first band we worked with when the company legally became mine, and they did a lot of stuff for us. We were on Alternative Press's website, our video was. because of them, and that was really cool. So I would like jump in front of a bullet for those guys. So they're like the TourStop firstborn, so like they're kind of my favorites. A lot like Birds, My Children, My Bride, Never Shout Never, Man Overboard. No, you're good. You're totally good.
We're just taking up a lot of space.
No, you're good. He's drunk. I hope he's drunk. It's not coffee in his cup.
Maybe not.
Probably isn't. Who else have we worked with?
Late night reading.
Late Night Reading, Backseat Goodbye, Cartel. I feel like I'm forgetting a lot of people.
I'm trying to remember the ones I've seen.
Who else have we? What are they? Four on the Floor. They're from Minnesota. They're awesome. Watch Them Fly. They're really good. Paul.
Yeah.
We went to school with the lead singer, so he came in for a session, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's on our website. Like.
Besides music, what is another issue, topic, or just anything you're really passionate about?
Animal rights. Let's get on that tangent, shall we?
I figured.
Well, what do you want to know?
What about animal rights?
Okay, well, we'll bring it back. I am vegan, animal rights activist. I became a vegetarian when I was 12, made the transition to veganism, never looked back. I try to bring awareness about like the cruelty that actually goes on in the world that's hidden. A lot of people don't think that like testing on animals for cosmetics is still a thing, and like the animals that are in circuses like aren't beaten to get, like, what lion in the real world have you ever seen jump through a hoop of fire? Exactly. So I do a lot of like online stuff and just like stuff out in the world to make sure, like, because my biggest thing is I don't want people to be like, oh my god, she's that annoying vegan. But I want to educate people so they like understand like this is actually happening. Like we can actually make a difference if you like woke up, because it's hard watching those videos. Like I don't watch them because I already know what's going on, and like I just get like really angry, but it's like no one wants to watch those videos, but at the same time you have to watch them because they're like exposing the truth. So I'm all about animal rights and adopt, don't shop, and buying products that aren't tested on animals, and like going and choosing vegan options when you can, because food's fucking delicious. Like let's be real, vegan food's so good, and I can't cook, so that's saying something if like I can make myself vegan food, because the fire alarm is constantly going off in my apartment when I'm cooking food. Literally.
Yeah, there are a lot of good. I tried to go vegetarian at one time and kind of slipped off the bandwagon a little bit. But there are some good food choices.
Yeah.
Research at the time.
Yeah, it's so easy now, especially with like the gluten-free fad and like just allergies in general. Like half the time when I go out to eat, if I'm like, I don't go out to eat often because I don't trust people, but I usually am just like, hey, I have a severe dairy allergy. Yeah. And then they like take it so seriously, where half the time, like I went to like Don Pablo's once and I said I was a vegan so I couldn't eat stuff, and the chick looked at me like I had just like made up a word, and I was like, oh fuck, like.
I learned that from one of my other friends too that's vegan. She's like, just say you just can't eat any dairy, then they
yeah.
eat you more.
Yeah, my friend that went to IPR with us, he came over a few days ago and I told him about that, and he was like, that is a genius idea. I was like, I know, I'm full of them. Full of good ideas.
So there you go. I'm going to put TourStop on hold for a little while, at least this summer, to deal with some personal issues.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about that and kind of the direction you're going with TourStop now?
Yeah, I mean, I've already posted it online, so if you don't know, trigger warning, I was actually in a very abusive relationship with a man from, when did we get together? Like December of 2015, and then I finally broke up with him on Memorial Day. It was a lot of emotional abuse at first that I didn't even like realize was happening. And that's the thing with emotional abuse. You have no idea what's going on. And then it got physical, and I was brought up to be like a super strong girl, like take no shit. And And when I finally like woke up and realized like what was happening, I like obviously like called my parents. My parents came over, and like my dad like packed all his shit and like threw it out and called him at work, and like they didn't like him, obviously. Like no one liked him. That's the biggest thing with like abusive relationships. Everyone can see it but you. So it's the fact that like my sister, my mom, my dad, my brother, who like I don't even really like have a relationship with because we just like don't click, didn't like him. My best friend hated him. Like no one liked him. Should have been like a really big like warning sign, but things happen, like whatever. So that's why like I put TourStop on hold for so long, and then I've just kind of been going through the like healing process of it. There's like a grieving process you have to go through, and some days it was hard to get out of bed. Some days I was just like, fuck it, I don't even like care about like TourStop anymore. I'm just gonna get like a random job and like do my thing and whatever. But in reality, like this company is kind of saving me at the same time. So that's why I went MIA, and I made it public just because I think it's an issue that we have to talk about, because it happens. No one talks about it because it's so taboo, and it's like, it's just one of those things where like you can't, it's almost like you can't bring it up just randomly. You almost have to like wait for the right moment. But like who gets on a topic like that in reality? Exactly. So I just wanted to make it known, so if kids like had questions or if they're going through something, like I will totally just like chat with them about it. And because like the bands that we worked with months ago that like haven't seen any content, like they deserve to know what happened. Like I wasn't ashamed, but I didn't want it to seem like I was making an excuse for why nothing was up. But I kind of just said fuck it and was like, whatever, like fight me, let's be real, like I don't care. Yeah, exactly. But I think now, since I'm in like such a like clear head, I'm just kind of taking everything like with a whole new outlook, especially this company. Like I just kind of want to do like a grand reopening kind of a thing, just kind of bringing it back to the beginning days and just being like, this is what I want to do, we gotta like knock it out because we do cool stuff. So like I can't just dip, like, no. Fuck that.
Facts about you, go.
Fun facts about me. I'm afraid of birds. They're scary, except crows. Crows are my favorite bird.
I feel like they're the most scary.
But those are the ones I'm not afraid of. Do you know what I just learned about them? Well, I learned about this like a long time ago. Crows are able to remember people's like faces up to 3 years. So if you piss a crow off, they remember you and they just like fuck with your shit. So if you're mean to a crow and they start eating your garbage, that's why. And then they like tell their friends. I think that's amazing. If I had to be a bird, I would totally be a crow. And because they're blackened. I only wear black.
Black is a good color.
Black like my soul. What else is silly about me? I only wear dresses even in the winter.
That about you.
Pants are so weird. I just like I can't do it. I can't do pants. They're like prison for my legs. Oh no, I'm stuck. I'm obnoxious. I don't take anything very seriously. I read a lot. There's a really cute old man sitting by us on an iPad. He knows how to use an iPad better than my mom knows how to use her iPhone 4. She still asks me how to do stuff. I bought that for her like 3 years ago. Good for him.
Still asks me all the time. All the time.
So if I send this text message and I don't hear the noise, does that mean it went through? So my mom will ask me all the time. My mom's so cute.
Yes, Mom, it went through.
It did. It did.
Check out TourStop Minneapolis. I'll put the links below in the description too, so you can easily find it. Check out other videos and check out our segment, Meet the Locals, our other interviews on rainbowhairedgirl.com, and we'll see you next interview.
Bye. I'm going to be so embarrassed watching this video, and I don't even care. Work with us. I promise I'm serious.
I'll send you a link. If you don't like it. Well, that means I better get editing tonight.